Welcome to the F3 podcast where we discuss all things that pertain to faith, family, and finances. And remember, no subject is off limits. We are your hosts today. I am Dr. Lionel M. Blair Sr. and Glory. And I'm sitting next to the glorious, the wonderful, the immaculate, the delicious, the thickness of
Stop.
my God. I love it all. Amen. This is my lovely wife. All right. And she mine. Don't move my hand off your thigh.
They can see your arm.
I don't
over
care.
here.
I don't care. Bible said it's my thigh. I don't care what they think. I'm married.
Oh my goodness.
It's a problem. Y'all not used to seeing healthy love and affection and a married couple.
Lord Jesus.
And then you think that it's something, and then we feel like we gotta be careful. You know, man, listen. These are my thighs. Glory to God. Hey, so we are your host today, and I'm sitting next to the glorious, the wonderful. She is the sainted mother. Do you hear what I say? She is the sainted mother herself. She is Dr. Jasmine Blair, Saint Jasmine the First.
Welcome everybody to the F3 podcast. Listen, if this your
My
first
thighs.
time here,
Shoot.
just bear with us as we get into the episode. Just bear with
Yeah.
us for just a few minutes. Listen, be sure to like,
You get used to
subscribe,
us.
and share. Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we drop a new episode. And remember, no subject is off limits
None.
because we will talk about what your pastor won't. We've got a interesting topic today. We know your pastor ain't talking about this. In the midst of all the mega church $1 million Christmas productions with the flying angels and the Santa Clauses and the deer dressed up like reindeer. We're not talking about that today. We talk about that another day because that's just ridiculous. Today, we're going to talk about what happens when Christmas goes wrong.
Christmas go wrong.
Now,
wrong.
before we get into this article, we're going to have a general conversation. We got to set the stage because, see, you've been talking for a while about why people should not be over worried about Christmas, why they shouldn't be going into debt, racking up credit card debt. They should be paying off their bills, saving their money. And we've always talked about the importance of celebrating your spouse, your children, your mama, sister, cousin, friend, whoever, all year long so you don't feel the need to get all these things at Christmas time. And we've talked about how it can create a type of greed and a type of entitlement if we're not careful.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a pitch this question, and we're gonna dialogue before I go into today's article about what happens when Christmas goes wrong. For the church, now I want to specify for the church. We're not talking about secular people. Secular people, people who have not professed Christ, people who are not in Christ and not trying to live a life for Christ, they're gonna do whatever unsaved pagan people do. All right. So I'm not talking to them about this piece here. Why, first of all, why the church people, why are we still, most of us still ignorant about the actual meaning of Christmas? Let's start there.
Because
before we go any further. Because Christmas is pagan. It has not. So why do these people refuse to educate themselves on the actual meaning of Christmas?
I mean, hell, Christianity's pagan too. I mean, the Romanized version that we inherited.
Yeah, that's a deeper conversation.
That's why you got to study Christianity before, because you study Christianity before the Roman Catholic Church. Then you have the real faith. Then you start from there. Christ ain't the problem. Mm-hmm. But the thing with Christmas is that people don't study. Mm-hmm. They don't study, and then I look at the fruit of a thing too.
Right.
A lot of people have what I call broke traditions. Broke traditions. I know some of y'all gonna get mad at me because you love Christmas more than you love Christ.
Now I want to go ahead and put this little plug in. You still want to celebrate Christmas? You're not going to hell.
No, it's not a hell.
You're not going to hell. I don't want you to feel like that. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is you might need to consider the root of your traditions.
Yeah. See, like we don't celebrate Christmas. I don't condemn those who do, but I'm just saying, okay, like all the money you put into Christmas, can you imagine putting that into a business?
Mm-hmm.
Christmas time. See, it's every year is the same cycle.
Yeah.
A lot of these businesses and these companies make more money around Christmas time than they do all year long.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying? Because um, because of this tradition. Now, most people, they go into credit card debt just to try to get gifts and show people that you love them.
Now, even those of you that don't go on credit card debt, because some of y'all watching right now, well, I save and I set aside all year. What else could you have done with that money all year long?
Yeah.
Besides buy presents.
Yeah.
Think about the fact some of y'all have been parents. You've had 1, 2, or multiple kids. Y'all been buying Christmas presents for 18 years. What if y'all saved that money for 18, 20 years and bought a family plot of land?
Come on now.
You see what I'm saying? Bought a family plot of land, even just put you just one mobile home up there or one modular home just to get started. Then you start saving instead of buying them presents every year, every 5 years, you add another property to that land or something like that.
Come on.
So when you talk about broke traditions, it makes sense because a lot of these people that go on and on and on, and I know somebody, God bless them, they go all out for their kids. They buy presents every year. They do a theme. And they have, I think, 3 children now. Every child has at least 10 presents, if not more. You've been doing this for like 15 years and you're still in an apartment.
That's dumb. Some of y'all literally, well, most of y'all, you literally cannot afford to celebrate Christmas.
No.
So if you do stuff throughout the year, see, our kids, they don't miss nothing when it comes to Christmas. You want to know why? Because we do stuff for them throughout the year. They get toys throughout the year.
And we cook throughout
they get clothes.
So Christmas dinner's not, oh my God.
Right.
We cook all year long.
We sure do. We cook a lot in this house. So here's the thing. You have to change your tradition because see, with these traditions come expectations. And if these expectations are not met, okay, feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
People start feeling rejected, and things like that. And then it's become so ingrained in the school and the culture, people feel left out. So now you got to bring stuff for your classmates.
Come on. That's the first question that I would always get. Well, actually the second. When people found out that we didn't celebrate Christmas, the first question is, well, are you Jewish or are you like a 7-day Adventist or something? That's the first question.
Right.
Then the second question is, well, what about your kids? Aren't they left out of school? They don't get to participate. Who cares?
Right. We can teach them right. I mean,
if it's something that we don't, why would I feel like my child is left out of something that we don't celebrate?
I was in elementary school on the bus yelling out Santa Claus is fake. Santa Claus ain't real. The bus driver pulled me to the side. Like, listen, you and I, we know the truth. But a lot of other kids, they don't know the truth. When you said that, a couple of kids went home crying to their parents.
The voice crying in the wilderness on the bus. Hear ye, hear ye.
Yeah, Santa Claus is not real. Well, really, Santa Claus.
Saint Nicholas was an actual saint.
And a bishop.
The character Santa Claus is a wizard. But anyway.
Yeah. Santa Claus is a wizard. Saint Nick is a real character.
He's a bishop. But
he's a bishop. Okay? Look him up. All right? Matter of fact, in one of them councils, I think he punched a heretic in the face.
Yes, he did.
That's my kind of guy.
Saint Nicholas,
give me Saint Nick.
Saint Nicholas was saved and through hands.
Okay, give me Saint Nick.
In the camp, Jesus flipped over tables. Jesus walked. Jesus flipped over tables so Saint Nicholas could punch.
see, people like Saint Nick and Saint Patrick. Y'all use Saint Patrick's Day to get plastered. Okay, but Saint Patrick was a bishop and an apostle. He was known as an apostle to the Irish. All right, so
that's another teaching for another.
Yeah,
day.
But we have these pagan traditions, okay, which cause us to engage these pagan spirits. And listen, you're not gonna go to hell. All right, for celebrating any of these. I don't think it's a heaven or hell issue. But I think it's a wisdom issue.
Yeah, you need to know the truth, and you need to more efficiently apply the funds you do have.
Yeah, I'm not dumping a bunch of money into Christmas. You know, I don't care how much money I got.
Yeah.
You know, but some of you go broke during Christmas time trying to do stuff for everybody else, and then people that you barely talk to throughout the year. I'm not gonna get into that. But
well, I gotta get them a present. I remember at one time some of the stores had stopped doing. Walmart stopped doing layaway for a couple of years because people kept laying away stuff for Christmas and not spending the money to come back and pick it up, and they stopped doing layaway because they had so many things they had to return. They were just holding and nobody picked it. Then they started it again. If you got to put it on layaway to be able to afford it, can't afford it.
Come on. If you
gotta use let's because we gotta update a little bit for these millennials and Gen Z. If you got to use Klarna and Afterpay to be able to afford it,
you shouldn't buy it.
You can't afford it.
You can't afford it. If you don't have it in your bank account to swipe your card then and there,
or to swipe your credit card
and swipe your credit card and pay it off.
Because if you know, you know.
Yeah, right. But if you don't have the money to swipe the card, then you can't afford it. And then if you have the money, but then you have nothing afterwards, or you have little afterwards, you still can't afford it. Well, I got to buy something for all my grandbabies and all my children and all my great grandchildren. Man, listen, you're going to go broke and drive yourself nuts. All right. Some of y'all go broke for tradition. I refuse. I can't be. I refuse to be that warped in my mind. When it's all about Jesus. No. Well, then, if it's all about Jesus, then what's up with the tree? Okay. What's up with the presents? Okay. What's up with Santa Claus and Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer? Okay. What's up with all that? Okay, if it's about the birth of Christ, then where all this other extra stuff came from? This supposed to be a time, even though Jesus was not born on December 25th, different teaching. But if this is the time you choose to celebrate it, which
make it make sense without all this extra stuff.
It don't make sense. Well, that's just the day they choose to celebrate it. That's fine, but just stay broke. Just stay broke every year, all right? And maybe we'll be and live a mediocre life, and maybe you can retire, maybe off of a pension or something, or you better hope Social Security is still around by the time it's time for you to retire, because that's looking very scarce right now. So this is what I'm saying. You better study finances, invest in something long term that's gonna keep you. All right, because some of y'all, okay. And see, this is why, again, when it comes to Christmas, you have all these expectations that people are disappointed. I see videos all the time where people get a gift, they're not satisfied with their gift. I saw one
torn. Our marriages arguing over who parents' house they're gonna go to.
Yeah,
son, mama whining. Well, y'all always go to her. Well, I guess y'all can't come see me. Putting people through all this turmoil. Should nobody marriage be going through over who house they're going to for Christmas? Right. That's stupid.
And I saw one young man, right? He wanted a PS5 or something, right? And instead, those ain't cheap.
No, they about $479 at Sam's Club.
Yeah,
last time I checked.
So he wanted like the PS5, and he ended up getting a Xbox, right? For Christmas. He opened the thing, looked at his parents, stormed off, got mad, started crying.
Oh, he wouldn't have got that.
Are you kidding me? I'm seeing videos where people are getting cars for Christmas. That ain't the car I want, chick. You better be blessed somebody bought your Raggedy Tail car. I'm gonna say something else. You understand what I'm saying? Like you first of all, don't nobody got to get your raggedy behind a president, a present anyway. Nobody has to give you a present. What is this? It also breeds a level of ungratefulness too, and a lot of people. Not everybody, but a lot of people.
It does.
Honestly, certain traditions should only be for the rich.
Oh.
I'm so for real. certain traditions should only be for rich people because they can afford to do so.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why they have country clubs and, certain neighborhoods with
Yes,
H,
points of access for
yeah.
people that can afford it.
You understand
We
what I'm saying?
complain about luxury. I call it the luxury lifestyle tax, but it's not for you. You complain about it because it's not something you can afford. So let's jump into this article because we flying through this episode.
Mhm.
So this article was posted on CNN. It was written by Jamie L. Lynch, and this was published Wednesday, December 27, 2023. Florida teen charged with murder of his sister during a family fight over Christmas gifts.
Dumb as hell.
Teen charged with
Teenagers.
murder over fight over Christmas gifts. Listen to this. CNN says a 14-year-old has been charged with murder after being accused of fatally shooting his older sister on Christmas Eve during a family dispute over gifts. Tampa Bay area authorities say his 15-year-old brother has also been charged with attempted murder after he allegedly shot the younger brother. So they both been charged with attempted murder. One for actually killing the sister, one charged with murder, and then the other one with attempted murder because he shot the little brother. Abriel Baldwin, 23, the sheriff's office of Pinellas County, Florida, announced the dispute began when the siblings, along with their mother and Baldwin's 2 children, were shopping for presents on Christmas Eve and began arguing because the 15-year-old felt his brother was getting more gifts. Sheriff Bob Gualtieri said during a press conference on Tuesday. They had this family spat about who was getting what and what money was being spent on who. See, first of all, this is the problem. You was talking about how it breeds that ungratefulness and that entitlement. Why are you taking the kids with you to shop? They'll know, they should know what they get once the stuff open. So this started in the store over who was getting what. The family left the store, went to the grandma's house in Largo, where the argument continued. Lord have mercy. According to the sheriff, Baldwin urged the 14-year-old to stop arguing because it was Christmas. Sheriff's office said in its release. At some point, the 14-year-old took out a 40 caliber handgun.
Where he get the gun from? The 14-year-old.
A 40, and pointed the gun at her and said he would shoot her and her 11-month-old child.
What?
Who she was holding in a carrier, he added. The teen shot Baldwin in the chest as she was holding the baby carrier.
Oh my God,
said the release. The 15-year-old then pulled out another handgun and shot his brother and fled the scene, sheriff's office said. The teen was later found at a relative's home nearby Clearwater. They done went from wherever to Largo to Clearwater. They just all over Florida. When deputies arrived at the scene of the shooting, they found the younger brother and Baldwin with single gunshot wounds. The release said Baldwin was transported to a local hospital where she was pronounced dead. Her 11-month-old was not injured in the incident, thank God.
Oh my God.
The younger brother was also taken to the hospital and was in stable condition. The 14-year-old has been charged with first-degree murder, child abuse, and
Bury that little bastard. Bury him.
Delinquent in possession of a firearm, according to the police. And the 15-year-old has been charged with attempted first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. The sheriff said both teens have criminal histories. CNN has been unable to determine if they have attorneys, and that is the end of the story. I'm sure this will be updated at this time. So, what's your reaction?
So dude tried to shoot his sister, and the other dude shot him.
He did shoot the sister. At first, it was a threat. Sister. So yes, he shot the sister while she was carrying the carrier, holding the 11-month-old child. So she's telling him, y'all stop arguing, it's Christmas. And he basically saying, shut up, blah, 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 blah. So he ends up shooting her while she's holding the carrier. So he's looking like, yo, you shot our sister. Then he shot him and fled the scene.
See,
one of your children kill your other child. Then your other child tries to kill your other child. The parents have failed in this situation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
As a parent, I know we don't do everything right, but this is a failure.
Yeah, they need to bury that little bastard.
Because they already have ongoing criminal records.
Yeah.
And neither one of them are 18.
Yeah, that, yeah.
killed your daughter, endangered your grandchild, then your other child tried to kill your child. Something has gone wrong. And I pray they get whatever help they need, whatever therapy, counseling, because I can only imagine how traumatic that is for that parent to say, hey, I got one child that's dead and both my other children going to jail. And now I got to take care of my 2 grandbabies.
That's crazy.
That's a sad situation. All because one felt like the 15-year-old felt like, hey, it's not fair that he's getting more presents than me.
For Christmas. For your pagan Christmas.
So what's your reaction on all this? What are your thoughts? I know it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Because see, we deal with a lot of people that have had bad parenting.
Yeah.
Right? They've had a history of being parented terribly.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, but this right here takes the cake, I think.
Yeah.
You know, even though, you know, I believe they need to bury that little bugger under the jail who killed his sister.
Yeah, 1st-degree murder. He gonna be in there for a minute.
He gonna be there for the rest of his life.
He ain't been sentenced yet. They ain't do all that yet. I mean, but I understand due process. My opinion, I don't see how you cannot find him guilty at this point.
Oh yeah,
it's just guilty. A matter of
course they got to present that evidence.
Yeah, I know they got to present the evidence, but I don't see, my opinion, I don't see how you cannot find him guilty.
How you raise your children matter. And see, it goes back to this culture, man. You know, this trap culture.
If they already had criminal histories, why was they getting Christmas presents in the first place? What behavior? Because both the young boys had previous criminal records.
And how the hell they get guns?
How you get a 40 caliber weapon as a 14-year-old? How you get a gun as a 15-year-old?
And how are you a parent and you don't know that your children have weapons like that?
That they just pulling out at the grandma house. They won't even at home, according to the article. Now, we may get more details later, but so far, the way it was written, the argument started in the store, then they went over to the grandma's house, and this continued. So it doesn't sound like, from what we can read, that they went home to collect the guns. So that means they had the guns with them in the store or the mall. So what if this erupted in the store where they was first arguing? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What if this would happen in the store? What if this would have happened in the car? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what's your take on all this? This is ridiculous. They shouldn't have been getting Christmas presents in the first place if they already had criminal records. See, the danger is, you cannot, if you already have a troubled child, stop rewarding bad behavior.
That's what I'm saying. I don't care what the tradition is. I don't care what the tradition is. Cause I know, you know, I mean, our kids don't have this problem, but you act up before your birthday, you ain't getting one.
You go to jail, you ain't getting no Christmas presents.
No.
I'm taking you down to the homeless shelter or the food bank to serve somebody some soup and loaves of bread.
That's right.
To remember how to be grateful.
That's right. That's right. So, you know, again, you know, it creates an entitlement in a certain false expectation. Like, this is what I should be getting, and this is how I deserve to be treated.
Yeah.
You know, and again, Christmas time breeds a lot of this stuff, because you have people that are unfortunate or that have less than the average person.
Yes.
So, you know, they comparing themselves to them may cause them to want to take some action.
Mm.
You know, I mean, the rich can't help that they're rich, but certain holidays and events breeds comparison.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, that's why I say I think that, you know, many of your families, you know, those of y'all who are the heads of families, you need to start erecting different traditions.
Yes, you do.
You don't have to go with societal traditions and trends. See, on Christmas, I'm chilling. I'm not putting up no tree in my house. There's too much work. I'm not putting up no lights. There's too much work. Okay. I don't buy nobody presents. I don't expect nobody to buy me no presents. Okay. Okay. Now my birthday next month. Okay. My birthday next month. Okay. Listen, I like money. I like to be fed. Okay. I like money. I like food. I like vehicles too. Okay. Anyway, Yeah, in case anybody want to sow my way, I'll graciously receive. All right, and and I will proclaim your generosity to the land. Nah, but for real, I'm serious about that. But again, we have a lot of broke traditions. It's just like even like the wedding ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
People put tens and thousands of dollars into that.
Yeah,
Baby, that's down payment on a house.
yeah, it is.
Okay, I knew somebody spent like 10 grand on a wedding that ended up never happening. I'm like, dang, that's a down payment on a house. That's a head start in a bin. Chick-fil-A, you can start a franchise in Chick-fil-A for 10 grand. You can start you a Chick-fil-A for $10,000. You really can. So that's crazy that
Mm-hmm.
that we would but see, we've been ingrained. It's all in the commercials, it's all in the traditions, it's all in our churches, it's all in the culture, you know um and my thing is, you keep perpetuating the same cycle. I talked to somebody who didn't have no money, and somebody had to buy a gift for them to give to their child because they didn't have it.
Mm.
Like, okay, then you need to stop faking the funk.
Mm.
You stop faking the funk
Yeah.
and I noticed a couple people that did that. You know, but listen, you can't afford Christmas.
There are churches that do toy drives every year. Oh, we're looking to supply.
I ain't doing it. I'm not doing
100 children with toys for Christmas.
I ain't doing it.
You can sign up and pick up the toy donations.
Oh boy.
People ask for money. They ask for gently used toys or inexpensive toys to put on a toy drive. To me, now this is my opinion.
Nothing wrong with it. I'm just not doing it.
Yes, my personal opinion. You don't have to have toys for Christmas. You're not gonna die. I'll be more inclined to donate clothes and stuff just for school or in general. Because see, my problem is a lot of these things are seasonal. We donate food for Thanksgiving and Christmas. We donate toys for Christmas. We donate clothes for school. Children need clothes and shoes all year long. They don't have to have toys. They need food all year long.
That's what I'm saying.
I would rather you have a ham sandwich all year than to have a ham and turkey for Christmas. Mm-hmm. I'd rather you have a ham all year long.
When we go to the hood and we hand out turkeys, what do you give the homeless? Because they surely can't cook a turkey.
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll leave that alone.
Are you actually going to prepare a dinner and a place for them to come in and be served and loved on and welcomed? And are you going to do it all year or just during the holidays? Because they hungry all the time. There's only about 2-3 churches I've ever known of that actually feed the homeless weekly. Weekly, they feed the homeless. Weekly. No, you don't have, you will not die if you don't have a toy for Christmas.
Yeah, for real.
Well, they can't afford to get them. Well, that's too darn bad. I guess they just won't have no Christmas present.
And like I said, there's nothing wrong with it.
But if you can't afford it, we should not be pulling on the church to, especially, watch this, especially people that don't even serve God anyway and don't agree with the Bible. Why you begging the church to donate toys so you can have a pagan Christmas?
Oh yeah, because the church, we expect to be humanitarian to society, and society hates our God.
That's a whole nother episode, because if you don't go to the church, you don't serve. Why are we bending over backwards? Anyway.
It's biblical to take care of your own community first before you do.
Yes,
it's biblical to in-reach before outreach. Nothing wrong with outreaching, but you take anyway.
We take outreach; it's inverted.
Yeah,
we outreach to the point where we mistreat the people inside that need help, and that's backwards. So anyway, I'll leave it at this. My closing remarks are: if you can't afford Christmas, oh well, it's okay. Explain it to your children. You're the parent; they should be able to understand. It's nice to get donations, but that's not a requirement. And you should not be expecting people to donate things so you can give your child a present. If they don't understand that you just don't have it right now, and you working and providing what you can for them to have somewhere to live and have a roof over their head is not enough, then I encourage you to instill some different values and maybe take a different approach.
Yeah.
Closing remarks.
Don't go broke trying to make folk happy.
And stop rewarding children with criminal records.
Yes.
Because they shouldn't have been getting no presents if they already had criminal records. What are we celebrating you for?
Exactly.
We need to be celebrating the fact that you're not in juvie this year. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We going to Walmart to get an unnamed cake, and that's what you're getting.
For real.
Thank you for staying out of jail. With a little, that's it.
For real.
Anyway, listen, tell us down in the comments what you think. We definitely want to hear from you. If you have instilled some different traditions away from the traditional, we definitely want to hear from you too. Listen, be sure to follow us over on IG at King and Queen Blair. And until next time on the F3 podcast, goodbye.